Hello class, welcome to today's lecture / lesson in YHWH HAMASCHIAC school. It's SS1 Computer Studies Lesson 5. Our topic for today is Computer Software 1. Before we go into a lesson proper, can we please bow our head as we pray? In RUACH Adonai YHWH HAMASCHIAC, we pray, may you YHWH HAMASCHIAC come today in the midst of your people, your students, me the teacher, first and foremost, your students, and may you take preeminence as we try to teach, and may your pupils, your students, understand. We call them pupils because they are not yet ready to know you well, but may they understand even as they learn. In RUACH Adonai YHWH HAMASCHIAC, Amen and Amen. So what is software? Please everybody open your eyes. Yeah. What software? It is a set of instructions, data, or programs used to operate computers and execute specific tasks. Software is a set of instructions, data, or programs used to operate computers and execute specific tasks. It is the opposite of hardware, which describes the physical aspect of a computer. We've done hardware here. So hardware is the physical aspect of a computer. That is, it describes the physical aspect of a computer. Software is a generic term used to refer to applications, scripts, and programs that run on a device. Did you hear that? As a software is a generic term for software is a generic term used to refer to applications and programs that run on a device. So what kind of scripts are we talking about here? In computer programming, a script is a program or sequence of instructions that is interpreted. You know, there are many types of scripts, not script for acting or scripts for producing a particular drama, which is also in acting. In computer programming, in this case software, a script is a program or sequence of instructions that is interpreted. So we welcome RUACH ELOAH, and you know me in my class, it's compulsory RUACH ELOAH teaches. Okay, so Mr. RUACH ELOAH, welcome. RUACH ELOAH, welcome in YHWH HAMASCHIAC. That's the feminine side of the Most High, one eternal spirit. That is RUACH ELOAH, one RUACH HaKodesh forever, one RUACH ELOAH forever. So when they say the feminine side, we're not talking about marriage, husband and wife, we are talking about one, just as we have Father and the Son. In this case, He created us male, female. I hope you understand. So don't look for a wife. So what we are trying to say, the Most High is male, is female. So we don't have a gender here, a particular gender overpowering the other one. But the female side is always subtle. That's why I'm here. That's RUACH ELOAH. You know my gifts, don't you? So the two main categories, as we continue via RUACH ELOAH in YHWH HAMASCHIAC, the two main categories of software are application software and system software. An application is a software that fulfills a specific need. An application is a software that fulfills a specific need or perform task. System software is designed to run a computer's hardware and provides a platform for application to run on top of it. System software is designed to run a computer's hardware and provides a platform for applications to run on top of it. Provide a platform for application to run on top of, not on top of it. Other types of software include programming software, which provides the programming tools software developers need. Programming software is another type of software that we have. We had said earlier on that the two main categories of software are application software and system software. And here again we have another type, which is more of a subtype, and it is called programming software, which provides the programming tool software developers need. Middleware, which sits between system software and application. It sits between programming software, is a middleware which sits between system software and applications, and driver software, which operates computer devices and peripherals. Early software was written for specific computer and sold with the hardware it ran on. As other types of software include programming software, which includes the programming tool software developers need. Middleware, for instance, sits between software. It sits between system software and applications, and driver software, on the other hand, operate computer devices and peripherals. Early software was written for specific computers and sold with the hardware it ran on. Early software was written for specific computer and sold with the hardware it ran on. In the 1980s, software began to be sold on floppy disks and later on CDs and DVDs. So like we said, early software was written for specific computers and sold with the hardware it ran on. But in the 1980s, this was pre-80s, software began to be sold on floppy disks and later on CDs and DVDs. Today, most software is purchased and directly downloaded over the internet. Software can be found on vendor websites or application service provider website. Do you understand that? Application service provider websites. So, where is application service provider? What is an application service provider? It is an application service provider. ASP is a company that offers An application service provider is a company that offers individuals okay, we'll take that soon. What is an application service provider? ASP is defined as an enterprise that delivers application functionality and associated services across a network to multiple customers using a rental or usage-based transaction pricing model. Another definition by Gartner says the ASP market as a delivery the ASP market is a delivery of standardized application software via a network, though not particularly or exclusively the internet, through an outsourcing contracts predicted on usage-based transaction prices. The ASP market is composed of a mixed service providers, that is web hosting and IT outsourcing, independent software vendors and network/telecommunication providers. Example and types of software. Among the various categories of software, the most common types include application software, application software is a computer software package that performs a specific function for a user. Like I said again, I'll take it again. The most common type of software is application software. Which is a computer software package that performs a specific function for a user, or in some cases for another application. Like WordPress application, for instance. They have many different types. An application can be self-contained, or it can be a group of programs that run the application for the user. Example, modern application, which includes office suites, graphics, software, databases, and database management programs, web browsers, word processors, software development tools, image editors, and communication platforms. So for you, what is a modern application? Modern application actually covers use cases that include web and mobile backends, IoT applications, AL/ML workloads, batch processing, shared services platforms, microservice backends, and more. This is actually for tech. It's a bit more complicated for this class, but we will go on. Like we say here, it includes office suites, graphics, software, databases and database management programs, web browsers, word processors, software development tools, image editors, and communication platforms. So this is a bit common. That's why it says it's the most common. System software, that's the second. Example, these software programs are designed to run a computer's application programs and hardware. System software programs are designed to run a computer applications, programs, and hardware. System software coordinates That's what the name implies. System software designed to run a computer's application, programs, and hardware. It coordinates the activities and functions of the hardware and software. In addition, it controls the operations of the computer hardware and provides an environment or platform for all other types of software to work in. The OS is the best. Example of system software is 1. It manages all the other computer programs. Other examples of system software also include the firmware, computer language translators. This you may see in Microsoft Office. Another example is that like I said, it includes the firmware, computer language translators, and system utilities. Another example is driver software, also known as another example of the different types of software we have here is driver software. Driver software is also known as device drivers. It is often considered a type of software system. A type of system software. Device drivers control the devices and peripherals connected to a computer, enabling them to perform their specific task. Device drivers control the devices and peripherals connected to a computer, enabling them to perform their specific task. Every device is connected to a computer. Every device that is connected to a computer needs at least one device drivers to function. Example includes software that comes with any non-standard hardware, including special game controllers, as well as the software that enables standard hardware, such as USB storage device, keyboards, headphones, and printers. Middleware. The term middleware, we spoke about it earlier on, describes software that mediates between application and systems software, or between two different kinds of application software. I'll take that again. Middleware describes software that mediates between application and system software, or between two different kinds of application software. For example, middleware enable Microsoft Windows to talk to Excel and Word. It is also used to send a remote work request from an application in a computer that has one kind of OS to an application in a computer with a different kind of OS. It also enables new applications to work with legacy ones. So what does OS means here? It is a program that manages a computer. OS actually means operating system. It means that's a full initial OS means operating system. That is program that manages a computer's resources, especially the allocation of those resources among other programs. Typical resources include a central processing unit, CPU, computer memory files, input and output that is I/O, meaning input and output devices, and network connections. So the next type of examples includes example of software includes programming software. Computer programmers use programming software to write code. Programming software and programming tools enable developers to develop, write, test, and debug. Now, in computer programming, a computer code refers to the set of instructions or a system of rules written in a particular programming language. That is the source code. It is also the term used for the source code after it has been processed by a compiler, and made ready to run on the computer. That is the object code. I say it again. In computer programming, computer code refers to the set of instructions or a system of rules written in a particular programming language. That is the source code. A computer code is also the term used for the source code after it has been processed by a compiler and made ready to run on the computer. That is the object code. This is talking about computer. What code means in computer language. So we said programming software. Computer programmers use programming software to write code. I hope you now know what code is. That it is the set of instructions or any system of rules written in a particular programming language. That's the key point. And so programming software and programming tools enable developers to develop, write, test, and debug. So what is debug? Debugging is the process of finding and fixing errors or bugs in a source code of any software. So when software does not work as expected, computer programmers study the code to determine why any error occurred. I take it again. Debugging is the process of finding and fixing errors or bugs in the source code of any software. When software does not work as expected, computer programmers study the code to determine why any errors occurred. So in this case, what are bugs? Bugs is an unexpected problem with software or hardware. Typical problems are often the result of external interference with the program's performance that was not anticipated by the developer. So programming software and programming tools enable developers to develop, write, test, and debug other software programs. Examples of programming software include assemblers, compilers, debuggers, and interpreters. So we go through the drawing application, such as, so in our drawing we have, please go to your drawing application. We have software tag as titled, applications such as a CRM or ERP tool. We have second middleware applications such as a database. First on the software tag is applications such as a CRM or ERP tool. Second is middleware applications such as a database or SUI or S services. Please, you can do that yourself as we continue. The diagram is self-explanatory. Find definitions or make your complaint if you don't understand. So how does software work? All software provides a direction and data computers need to work and meet users' needs. However, the two different types, application software and system software, work in distinctly different ways. I say, how does software work? That's the question. All software provides the directions and data computers need to work and meet users' needs. However, the two different types, application software and system software, work in a distinctly different ways. Application software consists of many programs that perform specific functions for end users, such as writing reports and navigating websites. Applications can also perform tasks for other applications. Applications on a computer cannot run on their own. They require a computer's OS along with other supporting system software program to work. So what is OS? I said earlier on that it means operating system. So still on applications software, we said these desktop applications are installed on a user's computer and use the computer memory to carry out tasks. They take up space on the computer's hard drive and do not need an internet connection to work. Application software also take up space on the computer's hard drive and do not necessarily need an internet connection to work, whereas some may. However, desktop application must adhere to the requirements of the hardware devices they run on. That's why I said, however, some may. Desktop applications must adhere to the requirements of the hardware devices they run on. So next is web application. So what is web application? A web application, otherwise referred to as web app, is an application program that is stored on a remote server and delivered over the internet through a browser interface. I'll take that again. A web application, otherwise known as web app, is an application program that is stored on a remote server and delivered over the internet through a browser interface. Web services are web apps by definition, and many, although not all, websites contain web apps. So on the other hand, talking about web application only require internet access to work. They do not rely on the hardware and system software to run. Consequently, users can launch web applications from devices that have a web browser. Since the components responsible for the application functionality are on the server, users can only launch the app from Windows, Mac, Linux, or any other OS. So we also have here, find as the last of it but not the least for today, system software. System software sits between the computer hardware and the application software. We had said earlier on as we all listen via RUACH ELOAH, that a system software is a type of computer program that is designed to run a computer's hardware and application programs. Please refer back to your note. So if we think of a computer system as a layered model, the system software is the interface between the hardware and user application. So as we continue, it sits between hardware and application software, that's system software. Users do not interact directly with system software as it runs in the background, handling the basic functions of the computer. The software coordinates a system's hardware and software, so users can run high-level application software to perform specific actions. As this software called system software coordinates a system's hardware and software. So users can run high-level application software to perform specific actions. System software executes when a computer system boots up and continue running as long as the system is on. So system software versus application software. What are the differences? System software, number one, is general purpose software that manages basic system resources and processes. Application software, on the other hand, please go through the diagram. It's a software that performs specific tasks to meet our users' needs. System software is written in a low-level assembly language or machine code, whereas application software is written in a higher-level language such as Python and JavaScript. I reject Python spirit for you and me, na YHWH HAMASCHIAC. And me and men, but we talking tech. So there is no Python in me and you, and I YHWH HAMASCHIAC, and me and men. We talking Zeus when we talk Python. Sorry, I digressed. RUACH ELOAH insists you know these things. So don't just take tech language and say tech language and you're so proud. I'm speaking tech. I'm not talking about spiritual or religion here. It's very vital you disagree with the language and with the name. We don't want Python. Java is accepted. It's a tech word. So again, differences on system software. Differences between system software and application software. The third one says system software must meet specific hardware needs, interacts closely with hardware, whereas application software does not take hardware into account and doesn't interact directly with hardware. System software is installed at the same time, that's another one, as the OS, usually by the manufacturer. Application software, on the other hand, a user or admin installs software when needed. System software runs anytime the computer is on. Application software is triggered by the user and stops the program. It is a user triggers and stops the program. That is, the user triggers it, starts it and stops it when he wants it stopped. System software works in the background. So we worship RUACH ELOAH as we continue. No system software in me and you for fornication, for adultery, for disobeying YHWH HAMASCHIAC. This is a school. We are good students and so no evil system software in RUACH Adonai YHWH HAMASCHIAC. So system software differences continue between system software and application software. System software runs anytime in the computer. The other one is application is user triggers and stops the program. Thus the user stops when necessary. System software works in the background and users don't usually access it. Application software runs in the foreground and users work directly with the software to perform specific tasks. Please note them. System software runs independently. Application software needs system software to run. Do you understand? System software run independently. Application software needs system software to run. And finally, system software is necessary for the system to function. Application software isn't needed for the system to function. On that note, watch there. Listen the tutorials and listen to the audio where necessary. In RUACH Adonai, the lesson closed. Please go check your homework and do it on differences. That's what we're going to do. We're going to write at least 4 or 5 differences between software, system software, and application software. Have a beautiful day. In RUACH HAMASCHIAC, and don't forget to